Hello there, my name is Veena Prashant. I'm the co-founder of digitalaccesspass.com, and in this video I'm going to show you some simple things you can do to protect your website. And it's not going to take you more than say 15 minutes, but it's going to go a long way in helping you protect your website from being hacked. So whether your website is small or big, it doesn't matter to the hackers. They go after all the websites. So please take the time to protect your website, and it's really not that hard. It's really not that difficult. You can definitely do some simple things to reduce the chances of your website being hacked. So I'm going to show you how you can protect your website using some really simple steps. So let's get started. So recently a customer contacted us and said that their website was hacked. So when I logged in to check, I noticed that there was no security plugin on that website. Whether your site is small or big, it doesn't matter. Install some kind of security plugin. The easiest one, the one that I recommend and use, is Wordpress. So Wordpress is really easy to download. It's a free plugin. Download and install it, and once you set it up on one site, if you want to install it on another site, all you have to do is export the settings from one of the Wordpress sites and then import it to the new site. It's really simple, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So definitely don't put off setting up security on your website. Now Wordpress installation is really easy. So go to plugins and then just look for Wordpress, and it's going to show you Wordpress security, and then just install and activate Wordpress. So here I have already installed and activated it. So Wordpress is right here. So after you install Wordpress, click on all options and you will be able to set up all of your security options on this page. And the very first time you're installing Wordpress on a website, it will take you a little bit of time to go through each one of these options and make sure the right ones are checked. But once you have done this on one website, going forward, it will become really easy because you can simply export the settings from the site where you have Wordpress and then import the same settings to another website. So it becomes really easy after you have done it once. All right. So email alert preferences. So you can check or uncheck the boxes here based on when you want to be alerted by Wordpress. Ideally, keep all of these checked initially, and then you can decide if you want to uncheck any one of these. Now here's the import and export options I was talking about. So if you have a website where you have Wordpress installed, just click on export and export the settings from there. So when you export the settings, you're going to get a key. So when you click on this, Wordpress will give you a key. So just copy this, and then on the site where you want to import the settings, just go back to the all options on that site, and then you can just enter the key that you exported, and then just click on import Wordpress options, and it will import all the settings. So you don't have to do it all over again on a new website. So you just have to do this once on one website, and going forward it becomes really easy. And then the firewall option. So this is critical that you enable the firewall. But very first time after you install Wordpress, you need to set this to learning mode. That way Wordpress will learn all about your website and make sure the right settings are turned on or off in the firewall. I think that's the default anyway. So when you install Wordpress, it will be set to learning mode. But what you need to do is give it a few days and then be sure to turn it to enabled and protecting, and then save the changes. And then in the advanced firewall options, you can whitelist IP addresses. You can whitelist your own IP address. So Wordpress can bypass all the security checks for the specific IP address. And you can also block IP addresses. And then there are some brute force protection settings. So again, you can use the default initially, and then you can change it. So all of these are automatically checked, as you can see. So it's better to just go with the default. In this case, have all of these checked. And then if you run into any issues, then you can come back here and see if anything needs to be unchecked. While Wordpress is running in learning mode and you run some tests, it will automatically figure out if there are some scripts that need to be whitelisted. And so it will do that automatically. So which is why you should let it run in learning mode for a few days before you change it to enabled and protecting. And then the country blocking option. So you have to purchase their paid version, premium version for this option. So what I suggest instead is that there is a free plugin called IP Geo Block, and I will show you how to install and set that up in a little bit. So use that because it's a free plugin and it will allow you to block countries, specific countries. Because if you want Wordpress, you'll have to purchase their premium option to block countries. Scan options, schedule. I think you need to be on their premium version to schedule scans, but you can run scan manually whenever you want to. So you can use the default setting, let Wordpress choose when to scan my site. If you're not on a premium version. If you're on a premium version, you can schedule the scan timing. and also manually run the scan after you install it to make sure your site is clean. So the two-factor authentication, it's only available with their Pro version, premium version. So if you don't have that, then you can't use this one. So once you have set up the security, just go ahead and save your changes. And then, as I mentioned before, any new site you want to set up WordFence on, you don't have to do this from scratch. You can just copy the setting from one site and import it to another. So the next thing that I recommend, highly recommend that you do, even though it will mean a little bit more hassle for you because it will make uploading of plugins and updating of plugins or uploading media files a little bit hard than before, but it's totally worth it. I cannot stress that enough. So basically what I'm talking about is file uploads feature. So that's a PHP feature and you just need to turn it off. So if you log into your web hosting cPanel, now this is SiteGround site. So here under PHP variables manager, I can turn that setting on or off. And this is going to be different for each web host. So if it's Liquid Web, I usually do that in the WHM. And this is SiteGround, so they have a PHP variables manager in the cPanel. So if you go there, it will allow you to select the folder name. So select public HTML folder, and then you can edit any setting you want here. So enter the variable name. So the variable that you need to enter the first time you get there is file_uploads. Okay, so enter that in the variable and click on add. It will add the variable. Here I have already added it. And then be sure to check this which says off. Okay, so the X. So check that and then apply to all the subdirectories and save the setting. And whenever you want to say upload a plugin or update a plugin and it's not letting you do that anymore because file uploads is disabled, then you can just log into your cPanel, check this box and enable it. And then when you're done, then you can turn it off again. So there's a plugin called IP GeoBlock, which will allow you to block specific countries from accessing your website. Now, instead of purchasing WordFence premium version, because WordFence free version does not support country blocking. So if you want support for country blocking, you will have to purchase their premium version. So if you don't want to do that, just download this plugin and activate it on your website. So let me show you how you can block a specific country using this plugin. So here I have installed IP GeoBlock. I'm going to activate the plugin. And now under settings, IP GeoBlock. Here it says matching rule, whitelist or blacklist, select blacklist. And then enter the country code that you want to block. So for example, if you want to block China, just enter CN and you will find the country code listing right here if you click on this, and then just go ahead and save the changes. So as I mentioned before, site security is not really that hard. There are very simple things that you can do to protect your website. It will probably take you about 10 minutes or less to take the steps that I showed you in this video to secure your website. Yes, it's possible that your site might still get hacked despite doing everything that I showed you in the video. You can definitely reduce the chances of hackers getting access to your website and uploading malicious scripts. So make the time to protect your website today. My name is Veena Prashant. Thanks for watching.